Welcome to Cockpit Broadcasting. My name is Bill Banks-Jones, Artistic Director of Tete-a-Tete and Tete-a-Tete, the Opera Festival, here to introduce the Manna Threshold, a marvellous bit of work, well, you'll see in a minute. Also to say a few things beforehand. The way this broadcast works, the way it's interactive, is we'd love to invite you at any point really to type questions into the chat. This particular company have got a playful way of dealing with this, which you'll see at the end. The second thing to say is, like everybody really, we've had the most turbulent year, and the artists in the festival have been round the houses bringing work to you. So pieces have been reinvented, reconceived, and this piece has shot into the future and into cyberspace. It's a place it sits quite happily, I think, because it is so futuristic. But I was definitely crave for indulgence for the artists in having set this out in such a peculiar process, having gone through such a peculiar process. We'll be asking later on for donations. We kept the ticket price for this broadcast very low deliberately, in order to let you choose what you'd like to show them you felt it was worth. And the third thing to say right now is we've also been working with the Paul Hamlin Foundation for the reopening of theatre, having done a pilot for the DCMS. And part of that process, which is really important, whether or not this is a live performance, is to hear back your feelings about what happened. So you'll receive an email after this, and we'd really appreciate you letting us know the answers to the questions in that. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to the year 2270 and the Manna Threshold.
Time. Article. Time is abolished. Article. Public or group measurements of time, whether by mechanical or physical means, are illegal. Individual measurements of time that have the potential of being communicated to other individuals are also illegal. Article. Any prior temporalization of such physical phenomena as solar and lunar settings and seasonal variations shall be abolished and fully spatialised. Article. The biotechnological reversibility of past and future is acknowledged as an established policy for the communities and their institutions to enforce at the constant rate of 1, 2, -1 of achronic units without recourse to 0. Article. Movement in space is only allowed in the acronus. Any movement that makes use of time will be halted.
You are doing something again, doing. What's that?
Something.
Are objects what? Are what thing?
Some objects.
What object bloody diverting you're withdrawing things? You shouldn't be here.
Intelligence doesn't master objects. Wow.
Not a word.
Looks like the old law. a truthful anthropocentric temporality structure. Like the clouds moving the sky.
Abolished. Highly illegal. Put it off.
Very unlike your forever flowing thing.
Put the damn thing away.
Uncanny. Abolished. Arts. Plays. Music. And some Beckett sort of things.
You're criminals. You mortal maintenance skippers.
It's outrageous. Just think that audiences made huge sacrifices for performances. To watch a mouth talking consciousness. A mouth talking consciousness. It's hilarious.
Unlawful withdrawal for the common good.
My physique is still at the terminated, orientated. This thing withdraws with me, translates part of me.
Protection of breathing. Article. All human beings must be facilitated in their effort to achieve the appropriate balance between simultaneous connection and withdrawal. Article. Breathing in all its forms and in particularly pulmonic, biotechnological and plural will be preserved at all times. Breath sharing will be allowed only if simultaneous chambers of withdrawal are put at the disposal of the breathers. Article. Synchronized breathing will be established at various spaces across the communities as a way of facilitating life. Article. Breathing can never be performed as part of an exchange regime, and its value can never be monetized. It remains the ultimate element of life, and as such, protected by the communities, its institutions, and its laws as an inalienable element of the human being. Article. Rhythms of breathing may, under specific circumstances, enumerated in Appendix A, not available, be imposed on individuals, groups, or the entire population of the communities. Such imposition remains at the discretion of the community's police.
Shut it. Always you.
Aha. Oh. Translates to music. Such pretty looking notes written on paper.
Translates unawful.
Might translate hippo to your ever slowing flow.
Ha! Your messy nagging, probing, pulling, falling to doing.
How do you feel? You, forever, free flow, flying, forever, free flow, thing. Words are slippers, like hippos. Yep.
Don't talk modulation. Ontologically meaningless.
Ontology? A bird?
No.
Survivors of the old law, the hippos. We could breathe music. A leitmotif, leitmotif, like a breathing and talking mouth. Like I like it like Beckett.
Too physical.
It could warm your eternal blood. Skip maintenance.
Well, irrigation could be interesting. Could.
Why not? Let's try. Inject some flux. Meddling your eternal blood.
Rotting tree. How does the terminal feel?
Let's breathe emotive. Emotive. I feel an abolished flux. Me. I'm conflated. Eternity.
Article. Eternal life must never be conflated with death or dying. Such conflation is punished by enforced synchronization. Article. Eternity is a common good of humanity and will be preserved even at the expense of humanity itself. Article. While eternity is a common good of humanity, it cannot be shared between individuals. Forms of joint eternity, such as practices of prosthetic partnerships and permanent meldings between humans and non-humans, are illegal. Article. While eternity is a common good of humanity, it cannot be swapped between individuals and must be enjoyed on a solely individual basis and without leaks. Forms of swapping, such as consciousness or body swaps between humans or between humans and non-humans, are illegal. Article. Eternity itself must never be terminated. In the event of spatial folding, eternity will be reinstated by whatever means available.
strange stuff. I am mouth and audience.
I can do words. Could you?
How do you feel?
Sometimes. I remember forever.
We could swap. Abolish consciousness soup. You do words, poetry, poem,
Temporal.
art, music. Calm like breathing notes. Right uncertainty. Do it quick. Like clouds moving the sky, you know, the sky, music. Do it.
Roots. Material. Juicy. Wooden pea. Nutrients my tract. You and me. Micro is the swap of darkness. My leopard is a proud cloud.
Micro. Leopard. Cloud. It's the old law.
Ontological shrinkage. Inner shrinkage.
There's a prelude motive for an audience. A prelude motive for an audience. Listen. Listen. You are doing something again, doing. You are something again, doing. What's that?
Something.
Are objects what? Are what thing?
Some objects.
And what objects, bloody diverting, you are withdrawing things. You are withdrawing things. You shouldn't be here.
Wow.
Not a word.
Well, extraordinary bit of work, and it's my second time, and I have to say I recommend coming back to that. You're very welcome to return to this interactive broadcast anytime over the next 28 days. Just sign into the Cockpit website using your login, and you should be able to find your way here. And also tell all your friends. One more thing from me before I hand you over to the creators of the piece is that we want to ask you for a donation. I said that at the beginning. I'll say it again, that the artists have been round the houses to make this and would really appreciate your help. I think you can see the amount of thought and work that went into that. If you'd like to support them, then you should be able to find a link on pretty much any of the web pages that brought you here, or it's easydonate.org/manna, which hopefully has magically just appeared in your chat. If not, it will do shortly. Anyway, for this interactive broadcast, it's now over to you and the three of the creators of the piece. We should have with us Catherine Kontz and Roswitha Gerlitz and Andreas Philippopoulos Mihalopoulos. So if you three would like to join us, it's over to you.
Hello. Are there any questions? Please type them now. What led to an interest in immortality? While writing the dialogue, I felt like it could go on forever, in both funny and a serious way. Then I thought about the two characters differently. I'm sure that the immortal one would grow resentful towards the mortal. Simply put, the grass is always greener on the other side. Next question.
Is there a question?
If there isn't, I will say one.
Do you prefer one character to another? It started with the idea of two characters operating symbols with a set of strings and pulleys that punctuate the dialogue. Strings and pulleys were lost on the way. Then cymbals and gongs multiplied, traveled. And of course, the voice, the human voice, one soprano, two sopranos, a symmetry. How can we think about the singing voice?
Next question.
I would like to answer a question. Can I ask about the relationship between law and spatialization? Lonely, in front of my bookshelf, iPhone squeezed between books, chair tightly in front. I fit the screen. Intensity, couldn't remember text. Abandoned, characters didn't connect. Evening, light, calmed me. Ask Beckett, keep the mouth moving.
Next question. Do you think about how humanity got to this point? Aha. When opera is boiled down to its essence, the only drama left is the thought of the voice. Just the thought. It all plays in your head. Human, usually, not necessarily. Is this the future? For some, it will be the past. Next question.
What type of laws are in place? Because we breathe law, we eat law, we smell law, we are law, we embody law. We move with our bodies in space, and as we do so, we obey or disobey the law, or we create new laws. Laws is our way to imagine our positions in the future. Imaginary laws might be our way to avoid the pitfalls of the future.
Who was in the central window at the beginning? 13.8 billion years ago, a Big Bang woke time up. Long time to get going, and no wonder it's prickly and changes. Getting tired. Time is getting tired. When time falls asleep, we can relax. All laws dissolve.
How many futures were there before the past? It was basically fear of aging. It came to us that early summer evening, dinner al fresco, thinking about the future, doctors, methods that could save us. Immortal life, FOMO, desire for more and more and more. We had lots of pasta. Or was it risotto? We felt sated. We started thinking about how it would be to live forever. What happened to time? What happened to space? What happened to movement? Next question.
How many futures were there before the past? My artistic subject matter is time and the affective experience. While exploring the subject again with Andreas, I thought of Samuel Beckett's play, the monologue of Not I, a mouth speaking. From that moment on, it all made sense. How would a future version of Beckett, of a Beckett opera, look like, sound like, and how does it feel?
Next question. What is the true nature of yellow? It means there is hope. At the end, when the end freezes us, and the body does not and cannot and feels it does not want, you know, right? That moment, that end that is not the end, or maybe it is, because who knows? End of a wave. Waves everywhere.
If laws are becoming irrelevant, why do you foresee laws that regulate breathing? So no ends, maybe not even beginnings, just middles. So right there, in the middle, the wave floats and roars, and the bodies move towards each other, a whisper and a sacrifice, an exchange of places. My ethical responsibility towards you is your position in the world. So what does it all mean? There is hope. Next question.
Are we reduced or expanded by law? Yes, the laws, the new, the old, they are strict and need to be followed to the letter. It is the policy. Who would want to hold on to the old law, the words, the papers? Do we need it? When do we have laws? It takes care of everything, or does it? Next question.
Are we reduced or expanded by law? I want to answer this question. Oh no, not at all. It was a hot summer's day. We loved preparing it. It took a while to set up at Roswitha's by the bookcase. There was an issue with light, and a parasol had flown off. We had tea. It helped.
Beckett's mouth and the hippos survived. Please tell us more about this. Who else is there? I couldn't work out where to look. If I were to address an audience, there was none on the iPhone screen. I asked Catherine where to speak to. The bookshelf, look at me. Then the light changed. We listened to the voices and I closed my eyes to answer. How old do you want to be? Next question.
Do you feel this is more rooted in the Baroque or Verismo? Yes, several times. Once I was there too. I was rolling on a rug that kept on shedding, my new black trousers turning all woolly pink or something, while trying to become an immobile, post-human water container, inner water container, happily floating in eternal life. That did not go anywhere, because then COVID happened, and we never managed to go to Vienna, but we will. To Vienna, my sisters. Next question.
Do you believe that? That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and with strange eons, even death may die? Article 10. Questioning the eternity of life is illegal. Topics such as the death instinct, sickness unto death, planetary anthropocenic extinction, and any other topic that engages with death as possibility shall be eradicated from public debates, educational curricula, political propositions, scientific theories, and legal proposals. anyone contributing directly or indirectly to the continuation of the will to die shall be punished by law. Any technological advancement that contributes actually or potentially to the possibility of death is illegal and will be halted under the precautionary principle, according to which the absence of scientific proof is not an adequate reason not to take action that would prevent the loss of life.
Did the future present an alternative to law or transubstantiation? Lonely. We are law. We embody law. What happened to time? It started with the idea of two characters. Two characters. Because we breathe law. From that moment on, it was all different. Simply put, the grass is always greener on the other side. No more questions.
No more questions? Turritopsis dorni, also known as the immortal jellyfish, is a species of small, biologically immortal jellyfish found worldwide in temperate to tropic waters. It is one of the few known cases of animals capable of reverting completely to a sexually immature colonial stage after having reached sexual maturity as a solitary individual. Others include the jellyfish Laukidia andiluta and species of the genus Aurelia.
Any other question? Any other question? I will pick a question. Can I have a hug?
Any feedback? Any thoughts?
3 minutes left.
Can I have a hug? Article 23. Procreation is allowed in the acronym according to the practice of eternal return and the economy of the limits of matter. In short, no.
Two minutes left.
Are there other questions? Is the last question.
One minute left. 30 seconds left. 15 seconds left.
Thank you, everyone.
Much.
Thank you.
We are not always this strange.
I'd say the questions are extraordinary. I'm sorry we didn't answer a single one.
Yeah, you have to connect the pieces.
Yeah, beautiful. The questions are beautiful.
We'll think about all of them.
Yeah, I'm saving them so we can answer them at some point. They're just beautiful. Thank you. And you can have a hug too.
We all have a hug.
If you have any real questions, we can answer.
Well, I think we should disappear.